Good morning. It is the Breakfast Show, Tuesday morning. We've been hearing about the huge numbers of Ukrainians fleeing the country and making their way westward because of the ongoing conflict in the country. Many of those refugees have been heading to Poland. The Christian charity Operation Mobilisation has its UK headquarters in North Shropshire. Earlier this morning, we spoke to Rob Scolding from the charity here in the studio. Well, right now, we're going to talk to the charity's head in Poland, Weronika Czajko, who joins us on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us this morning, Weronika. Can I ask, what are the main routes then that people are taking to get into Poland?
Yeah, they're mostly arriving both by foot, but also with cars and trains through 6 different border crossings. So the wave of people seeking refuge from the war is really coming fast. We've seen over 1 million people crossing the border already, seeking safety. They're arriving in all times of the day as well. Like we're seeing large numbers of moms with small kids arriving in the middle of the night. So we're trying to be there to help them also with providing warmth and security when they arrive.
Yes, of course, your teams must be busy around the clock. What typically are they doing to help these people?
We're providing warm trailers for mums and babies so that they can feed and change and just warm up their children. But we're also connecting people who arrived and often have no idea what to do next, how to reach a safe place of shelter, where to find transport, how to find accommodation. So we're connecting the people who are generously opening up their homes and also government-provided accommodations with the people arriving. And we're also running our own shelter and relocation spot where we equip people with essentials for the journey and connect them with hosts.
How challenging is the situation that you find yourself dealing with at the moment?
It is difficult, indeed. I say, to see mums with small children say goodbyes to the fathers on the other side of the border when they drop them off the cars and then go to fight war, that is heartbreaking. And for me, there was this moment that shook me to the core. It was when I saw an older man, about 70, because it's quite normal, quite natural to see women and children crying in distress. But I saw that man who crossed the border. He seemed to be like a strong, big guy. He picked up a bar of chocolate from the aid provider stand and he sat in the corner and just started crying. And that for me captures the challenge of what the people are experiencing when we speak to the teenagers who are having really hard time dealing with the emotional impact of what's happening. They say, we don't want to leave the country. We don't want to flee. We want to be there for our fathers, for our uncles fighting. But yet they do that because it's reasonable, but they leave their life behind and they travel to safety. But it's with a heavy heart that they do that. So it's a very challenging situation.
How do you deal with the ongoing emotion of those that you are trying to help? Because it must at times feel never-ending and exhausting.
Yes, so we do try to support each other. We also provide resources for churches and volunteer teams to process what we're witnessing. But I feel like, the love that motivates us to reach out to people, it keeps us going. But we're also aware that we need to keep caring for ourselves as well to be able to provide that help well. So we have personnel who's also supporting us in this and training, providing workshops and counseling for the team providers as well.
How much are you aware of the conflict itself and all that's happening? And how do you feel about it?
I have to tell you that we're so busy working with people that are incoming that I hardly find time to follow the details of the conflict progress. We know that it's going to have a massive impact on Poland, on the neighboring countries, and on all of Europe. But I feel like our role is to really focus on the needs of people right now, and we just keep praying that the situation will be resolved peacefully somehow, and will come to an end so that the suffering will stop.
Is that what most people are telling you when they are crossing the border? I mean, is there a language barrier? Are people able to tell you that they hope this ends? That their stories, are they able to convey to you how they are feeling?
Oh yes. Yes, we can communicate quite easily. The languages are a little bit different, but we can get the message across. And many people are already familiar with Polish. We're familiar with Ukrainian, so we're sharing a lot. And I feel that's a big part of our role as well, to listen to the people, to their stories, and to hear them, to be there for them emotionally, to be available. They are sharing that they're, first of all, really concerned about their family members. They care about Ukraine deeply. They want to fight for it. They don't want to just let go and start a new life somewhere else, but they do want to go back home and rebuild their cities, their towns. We hear a lot of concern for the future of the children, of the teenagers, but most of all, a deep concern for the country itself.
Well, listen, Weronika, stay safe. Thank you very much for your time this morning and talking us through all the wonderful work that you're doing currently. So thank you very much. That's Weronika Czajko from Poland, where she is the country lead for the charity Operation Mobilisation, a charity, of course, that has its UK headquarters in North Shropshire.